you every summer. Get out to replace you every summer. You're the only woman on my mind. You're the only way I spend my time. Tick, 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 boom. Can't get you out of the room of my head. Take two, is it too soon to get you into my... I want you now. I need you off the ground. I want you not loud. I want you right now. I can't help it right now.
You're the only one that makes me wait all the time. Oh yeah, you blow my mind. Boom, boom, you blow my mind. You're the only one that gets under my skin. You're doing damage. Nobody's ever been. Do I gotta face you with another? I'll never replace you with another. You're the only man that's on my mind. You know that nobody right. Tick, 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 boom. This ain't a honeymoon. We all night instead. Sleep until noon. I still assume that you'll be in my... I want it here. Don't make me wait. Oh yeah. Already facing my fears. Come closer to my ears. I gotta hear it more clear. You're the only one that makes me wait all the time. Oh yeah, you blow my mind. Boom, boom, you blow my mind. You're the only one that gets under my skin. You're doing damage. Nobody's ever been. You're the only one that makes me wait all the time. Oh yeah, you blow my mind. Boom, boom, you blow my mind.
Hey guys, I'm Dan Indra and the Flood.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
NBA regular season opener for a couple of teams. Thank you all for tuning in. So happy you're here. I'm ecstatic that you're here. And I'm really happy that Kenny and Shaq are here, too.
I miss you too, Ernie.
Thank you. Me too. Tonight, we'll see the Toronto Raptors playing against the Washington Wizards. And guys, for the Wizards, they split the season series against these guys last season, 2 games apiece. Should be a good one tonight. And tonight, we'll see Kyle Lowry. Tough, all-around talent. Kenny, he always seems to find ways to make an impact.
Oh, man. He is tough. He is a pit in that offense and defense. You know what I mean, Ernie?
Sort of. I'm trying to follow.
Like a pit bull.
Oh, he's
just
a pit.
tough.
Oh,
when,
I thought you were talking about barbecue pit.
Oh.
No, when he locks onto something,
now
he does not let it go. He's a tough rebounder for a guy. What is he, 6 foot nothing? He is a pit bull.
Kenny, that explanation was pitiful.
Okay.
He's very physical, very skilled. His competitive nature sets him apart.
You just jump in this pit, man.
Yeah.
You know where he's from, Ernie?
Pittsburgh.
Oh, that's a good one. Where did he go to college at?
Pituitary Gland Tech.
No, University of Pitt.
Oh, okay. Well, that was pretty
If he played with the Bulls, what would his name be? Scotty Pippen.
Pitten.
We'll see you later, I hope.
This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side are analysts Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. From the sideline, we'll have the Hall of Famer David Aldridge. We'll be hearing from him in just a bit. We've got the Washington Wizards and the Toronto Raptors. And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Well, guys, John Wall was the #1 overall pick in 2010, but he still thinks he's got a lot left to prove. Now, a bone spur in his knee held him back for several years. He's gotten the surgery now, and he says some people get their success early. Some get theirs late. I feel like my time is just beginning. Kevin?
Certainly one to watch, David. Thanks. These teams always seem, Doris, to be in each other's way. And how different is the atmosphere in a rivalry game like this one?
Yeah, Kev, we sense it on the sideline, don't we?
We do, yes.
You know, a little bit of an air of dislike, a growing discontent that you're constantly in each other's way. Rivalries are built when teams consistently meet when there is something on the line. And that is what has happened with these two. And I'll tell you, we get to sit back and enjoy it, Kevin.
When you played, Doris, were those the most fun games for you as a player?
No doubt. No doubt. You wanted to beat that team that was always standing in your way. So then in the summertime, you had a little bragging right.
And now Washington's starting group. Beal and Porter, the talented wing set. Inside, we've got Morris and Howard. And it's Wall in at the point guard position. Now here's Lowry. Lowry drawing the double team. Out to Ibaka. Shoots a three. Rebound, Washington. Here's Beal. Makes it off the glass.
Well, Bradley Beal has turned himself into more than just a perimeter shooter. This guy can go off the dribble drive. He can score at the rack. That's nice.
Lowry against Wall. Lowry drawing the double team. Right side, Green. Comes up empty down low. Wall against Lowry. Wall, good.
And that, to me, is an example of where the work in the weight room pays off. Wall absorbs contact and still guides it in.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That's his first foul.
Ref's calling it close already as he picks up a quick early foul.
Here's Valanciunas. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Well, Kevin, even with a defender in his grill, Jonas Valanciunas determined to score the basketball.
Wall against Lowry. He dishes it to Leonard. They get a hand on it, and that'll be Toronto as it goes out of bounds. Raptors retain possession. Little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. Lowry has the open look. Drains it from beyond the arc. Lowry's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. From the baseline. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
Boy, they came ready to play. That's 4 straight buckets to start the game.
Green kicks to Ibaka. Tipped away. Wall with the steal. And the slam dunk by Wall.
Those are sensational defensive instincts on display from John Wall. So good at creating opportunities through his defense.
Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Green against Beal. To the inside. Lowry can't get it to go. For Washington, they've gotten all 5 of their shots to go down in the first quarter. Terrific start. A nice shot by Wall.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up with him. John Wall just a blur with that first step. Beep, beep.
Raptors trail by 7. To the middle. It's tipped. Here's Valanciunas. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. It's going to go on Otto Porter Jr. Valanciunas doesn't play a ton of minutes, Doris, but fans feel he should be playing more.
Well, there's certainly a lot to like about Valanciunas' game. And how about last season? Because the NBA is changing, he can now step beyond the three-point arc and make those shots consistently. That will elevate his position and standing.
2 shots.
The free throw drops for Valanciunas.
Well, Kevin, the 5th overall pick back in 2011, Valanciunas has worked so hard to improve his entire game. I'll tell you, it's paid off, Kevin. He can impact a game in a lot of different ways.
And so he hits both.
Boy, how outstanding at the line has this guy been. One of the best free throw shooting big men you will ever find.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Guys, think about the first time John Wall registered his first triple-double. Only 4 players in NBA history had registered it in fewer games than he did. Think about these names: Oscar Robertson, Connie Hawkins, Magic Johnson, and Hambone Williams. Incredible.
And that one falls for John Wall. And when you look at Wall, the speed, the length, the skill, Doris, this is a guy who can carry your team.
And we talk a lot about his physical attributes and how those translate to success, the blinding speed. It's the instincts to me and the competitive streak, though, guys, that makes John Wall very special.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
Well, I mean, he needs to talk to his guys. The interior defense has been horrific.
Absolutely no rim protection whatsoever. At this point, the other team is walking all over them on the inside.
These are the players who had the most success from deep last season. Otto Porter Jr. third.
The bucket must have looked 3 feet wide to him last year. I mean, very deserving in terms of that spot among the league leaders from 3.
Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. And there's Green on the assist from Valanciunas.
Boy, that play developed just the way they wanted, and Valanciunas made sure they got the bucket. What a tremendous pass.
And that's really the change in our game. It's the overall athletic ability. I love those point guards that can throw it down.
Well, you've talked about that. That's a dose of the modern NBA, Greg. That kind of aerial ability isn't limited now to just the front court anymore.
That's exactly right.
That's the point, guys. When your lead playmaker can get to the rim like that and convert, monster advantage.
All that practice on the positioning and timing of the catch and shoot, paying huge dividends for Ibaka.
And the slam dunk by Wall.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Raptors trail by 8. Lowry kicks to Leonard. Poked away. Wall with the steal. And he goes right over Serge Ibaka and slams it down.
This seems to be the new breed of point guards who can play above the rim. Wall finishing with style.
And that was an Unleash Chaos replay, courtesy of Under Armour, wreaking havoc at the rim. Now, here's Lowry. Nobody near Leonard. Offensive rebound, Valanciunas, and the dunk by Valanciunas.
Just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this lead.
And Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark.
Man, hard to believe. Already they're staring at a double-digit lead, and we've just gotten started.
Boy, they have come out strong. They've controlled the pace, asserted their will. Wow.
Now, here is Ibaka. It's stolen by Wall. Oh, and here we go. Wall's got it, the fast break chance. And the slam dunk by Wall.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
And it's early, but obviously you've got to like the dominance down low. They're simply bullying the other team right now.
Toronto with the ball after the basket by Washington. Green passes to Lowry. Off target with his 3. Wizards leading by 12. Here's Wall, and he drops it in from the low post. Wall's got 23 points.
And when you got someone putting on a show like this, I mean, in the first quarter, you have got to be kidding.
Now here's Leonard, looking for his first basket still in this one. Lowry kicks to Leonard. Ibaka with a screen on Porter. Here's Leonard. Nice D from Porter.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Morris with the bucket.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Raptors trail by 16. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Well, after the Raptors fell short of their goals last season, you knew they were going to be changing some things up.
Well, obviously the first big move was moving on from Dwayne Casey as the head coach. And you think about Dwayne had brought the best years this franchise had seen, and they still felt it was time for a shift. Now, it's not necessarily his blame. Sometimes you just need to hear a new voice when you've ended in the playoffs the way they have over the last several years.
And the Raptors call time here.
And with the tide running against them, needs to talk it over with his guys.
Well, Greg, I think I love the timeout call. At least it gives you a shift in momentum. It's a smart move.
He's checked in for Toronto.
And here's a look at the stats for Jonas Valanciunas. Last year, getting it done. 8th in field goal percentage, and he was among the top 20 rebounders in the league. Never shy about throwing his weight around in the paint.
And you know, back to his tremendous efficiency shooting last season, top 10 in the league, his dead-eye shooting creates so many opportunities for that offense. Now, here's Lowry. Valanciunas passes to Lowry. And the Raptors miss again.
Well, they've been playing some tough defense on him in this period, and it's starting to affect him. This guy's having trouble finding the target right now.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Raptors trail by 20. Ibaka outside. Raptors moving the ball around. Lowry from outside. No good. Shot missing. And Washington the other way now.
He's trying to make something happen, but obviously been a tough quarter.
And Wall with the slam.
What a play by Wall. It's going to take more than that to slow him down.
John Wall, probably as pure a point guard as you're going to find in the NBA.
And go back to what his college coach told John Wall at the start of his NBA career. Your speed is lethal, and he has become a master at manipulating that speed and turning it into great shots for himself or great shots for his teammates. And what I appreciate perhaps more than anything else about John Wall, aside from his competitive streak, is his commitment to make himself a better shooter, because it's been integral to his success.
And Wall has said he wants to be in the MVP conversation moving forward. A terrific floor general with unreal athleticism.
Now here's Powell. Here's Anunoby. Here's Van Vliet. Drills the baseline jumper. Van Vliet's got his first basket of the night. Outside, Beal. Howard trying to free himself up. And Beal is good for 3.
And from the opening tip, they have been in complete control of this one.
Yeah, you know, it looks like they've wanted it more. Outstanding hustle and determination throughout.
And out of bounds as the Wizards gain possession. A chance to take a moment and compare the front court and back court scoring on the night for Washington.
And it's really been a big night for that backcourt. They've given their guards as much freedom as they want, and over again, those guys have come through.
So it's Washington now. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Now here is Ibaka. And so the ball out of bounds. Howard touched it last. The Raptors making a switch here. Miles is checked in. And then for Washington, Mahimi's checked in for Howard. Kelly Oubre comes in for Porter. And it's Rivers in for John Wall. Pass to Powell. Fires the three. The rebound by Jeff Green. Washington controlling the game. Oubre, no one around him. Here's Mahimi. Misses the layup. The Raptors shooting in this first quarter around 38%. They're looking a bit creaky out there. Knocked loose. Anunoby passes to Siakam, and the layup's good off the glass.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Here's Rivers using his post move to get the 2 points.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Powell kicks to Miles. Van Vliet with the bucket.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
It's good.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Here's the Raptors with the ball. There's the screen. Miles against Green. His first shot is a miss. 0 for 1 to start the contest. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
It's kind of a comedy of errors for him in this first half thus far. Just been all over the place.
Saransky's checked in for Bradley Beal. Pass to Rivers. Here's Oubre. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Rivers with it. Powell on him. Rivers can't get it to go. And here's Toronto. Here's Van Vliet. In the corner, Powell with it. And there's the call on Austin Rivers. That's his first foul. DeLon Wright, he's checked in for Fred Van Vliet.
Substitution for Raptors. DeLon Wright!
Here's Anunoby, covered by Oubre. To the paint, here's Powell. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Here's Oubre, and finished off by Oubre.
And guys, they've come out and established a rhythm. And also their play calling has been on point.
Yeah, I think that's exactly how they've built this lead. They played as one, shared the basketball, running their offense to perfection.
Here's Wright, following the bucket by the Wizards. Down low, here's Anunoby. Good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
I'll tell you, it's 6'8" with elite athleticism. Good luck checking OG Anunoby on the interior. Exactly the kind of ball movement they're looking for.
The Raptors shooting well right out of the gates here at around 50%. And Wright kicks to Powell. Down low. Miles, that's good.
You can see the confidence of C.J. Miles down in the paint, right? He's got long arms to get the shot off whenever he wants.
The shot by Mahimi, no good.
Well, the defense trying to get out on him, but he's left with the open shot. He's got to make that one.
Here's Siakam.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
That's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Washington. 51 seconds left in the first. And Wright kicks to Miles. It's stolen by Mahimi. Fast break, here we go. Meeks, good. Meeks got his first basket of the night.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Powell dishes to Miles. Poke loose. Meeks with the steal. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Leans inside. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Meeks got his second basket of the night. It's stolen by Mahinmi. And it's Mahinmi finishing it off.
Oh, my goodness. You're going to take everybody by surprise putting the ball on the deck. Jan Mahinmi taking what the defense gives him.
Now, Wright looking for his first basket still in this one. The putback, great positioning on the putback.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
With 1 on the clock, and so it's the Washington Wizards in complete command. Their lead at 28 points going into the break. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And we'll be back with you shortly. The Wizards with a bad habit of playing down to the level of competition. Bradley Beal says it has got to change.
I think our biggest problem was not respecting our opponents, thinking it was going to be easy. We have to realize that everybody in this league is a pro. Everybody's capable of winning. Everybody's capable of scoring. And it's tough to win in this league. So it's important each and every night that we come out with the focus and mentality that, yeah, we're a good team, but we still have to produce on the floor.
Well, the Wizards are a team with a lot of confidence, Greg, but you have to watch out for overconfidence.
Like he said, it's about respecting your opponent and bringing maximum level effort every time.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And quite a position here for the Wizards to be in. What do you guys think?
I mean, an interesting first quarter. The pressure D seems to be causing a lot of turnovers.
Feels like they're getting a lot of deflections, hands-on basketballs resulting into steals. This has been pretty to watch.
So on the floor for Washington, they've got Ian Mahinmi. Green is out there with Kelly Oubre. Then there's Thomas Satoransky. And it's Meeks in at the shooting guard position. Doris, when you talk about coaching, aside from wins and losses, how can you gauge if a coach is doing a good job?
Well, you make a great point, Kevin, because if an organization is in a rebuild situation, then winning is almost impossible because you're outgunned and outmanned every single night. So to evaluate those coaches, here are the things I would look at. One, are you maximizing the talent at your disposal? Are your player development skills at such a degree that you're seeing incremental improvement from the guys on your roster? And then ultimately, Kevin, are guys playing hard? Are they competitive every night? Even if the wins don't necessarily show in the box score and at the end of the regular season, the reality is, are you playing hard? Are you competitive?
Right with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Pass to Miles. He's looking for Leonard and finds him. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
It's Miles on the wing. Green with the rebound. Here's Washington. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. They grabbed their own miss. Mahinmi's shot is good.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Toronto, they've gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Powell kicks to Leonard. Over Green. No good off the back of the rim. The Wizards have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the second quarter. Shoots over Leonard. Here's Mahinmi. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. Mahinmi's got 6.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Right against Satoransky. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Cans it from downtown. 5 points in the game.
Well, you simply can't give C.J. Miles any room to fire, right? He's always thinking about shooting as soon as the pass comes his way. Just really good anticipation. Well, he's kept them in balance tonight. This guy's shooting has put them in front.
Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Green. Dishes it to Oubre. He kicks it to Meeks. Nice ball movement by Washington. Here's Satoransky, and they pick up 2. Satoransky's got his first basket.
And Green is a critical role player for this team. His passing is really phenomenal.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Wright outside. Buries it from three-point range. Wright's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Powell for 3. Green with the rebound. Green's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far. It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Now here's Wright. Here's Leonard. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Leonard's got 4 points in the quarter.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
And Green gets it to go.
Boy, this guy has been transcendent this quarter. Something really lit a fire underneath this guy.
They double him with Green. Satoransky against Wright. And it's Leonard missing.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Here's Meeks. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Siakam's got his 3rd rebound on the night. It's stolen by Mahinmi. Fast break, here we go. Oubre with it. Now Wright defending. Great positioning on the putback. Meeks got 8 points.
And Kevin, they've dialed up their activity this quarter. We're seeing them convert a lot of those second chance opportunities.
Toronto's gone 2 of 4 from 3-point range so far in the second quarter. Wright, the pass to Powell. And he overshot that one, missing. Washington controlling the game. Here's Oubre. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5 for 8 night shooting.
Yeah, this is one thing about Kelly Oubre. I know he's thin, but there's a wiry strength to him. He's able to take the hit and complete it.
Well, doors for Kelly Oubre to maximize his potential in this league. The jump shot will be key.
Right, Kevin, and there are positive signs where Kelly Oubre and his long-range shooting are concerned. His usage and efficiency have both gone up over the last couple of years. He's also been more aggressive on the offensive end, spending more time at the free throw line, and you would expect that with the level of athleticism he brings.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Valanciunas, he's checked in for Siakam. Baca comes in for C.J. Miles. Danny Green, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Lowry in for DeLon Wright. Here's Wall. Here's Howard. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Lowry passes to Valanciunas. To the middle. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist from Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got his 4th assist in this one. From down in the low post, it goes. 30 points for Wall.
Kev, you have to love how John Wall just picks his spots. Tonight, he's found quite a few openings. Love it.
Lowry passes to Valanciunas. Left side, Ibaka. Lowry for 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Lowry's got 6.
You hope that's a wake-up call for the defense, boys, because you give him that clean a look and it's over.
And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. Maybe it's no longer a surprise. A couple rookies, Doris, who we thought would take some time to develop, are already contributing.
It's no question about it, and more rookies are being asked to play a larger role in their particular teams. And I think what you have to be struck by is the fact that we're not talking about 21 and 22-year-old rookies anymore, Kevin. We're talking about guys that have very limited collegiate experience, and yet everyone wants an immediate return. And I think it's nothing more than a sign of the times. Guys are dreaming about the NBA from the time they first pick up a ball, and what we get is the result of that.
The Raptors making a switch here. Van Vliet's checked in. And a switcher also for Washington. Rivers checked in. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
You know, I've heard John Wall call himself the best two-way point guard in the NBA. He is a tremendous shot blocker from the position. There's a lot of competition, though, at that spot.
Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
Otto Porter.
Wall's got 5 points in the quarter. Toronto's gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's Lowry. There it is, his third basket. He's taken 7 shots to get those 3.
Well, Kevin, this guy's proven over and over that despite his size disadvantage, he's still able to score in the paint.
From 15 feet away, rebounded by Howard. Howard's got 6 rebounds here tonight. It's Wall with the drive, using his post move to get the 2 points. Wall's got 35 in the game.
This guy's trying to close this game out in style. He's not going to stop attacking until he's sure this win is in the books.
And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here.
And checking out some numbers for Wall. Great showing for him last season. He averaged about 19 points a game, 9 assists, and 3 rebounds. And when he takes over at the point, he really keeps the offense flowing.
Well, this is a guy who brings a solid skill set. Excellent ball handler, high level of playmaking, the perfect backup point.
And again, Toronto no luck. Washington shooting the lights out in this one, 77%. It's Porter outside, and again, Washington with the triple.
Well, shooters are necessary to win in this league, and Porter can provide that kind of floor spacing.
Here's Ibaka, and the bank shot is good. Ibaka's got his second basket of the game.
That's one of his specialties, just squaring up from medium range.
You know, Greg, what a luxury to have a guy with size who can make that shot.
Now, here's Green after Markieff Morris's miss, and the foul called on Markieff Morris. That is his first foul of the game. Well, so often when a player changes teams, Doris, we see a lot of emotions from him, his teammates, from the fans, and coaches. Is it even reasonable to expect loyalty in sports nowadays?
You know, I think times have changed, Kevin. We're no longer living in an era where a player sticks with an organization throughout the course of his tenure, or at least that is the outlier nowadays. The reality is teams always make decisions with their long-term best interests at heart. And so when a player has earned the right to embrace his free agency, there's a reason it's termed free agency, then he should have an equal opportunity to the team to make the decisions that are in his best interest. Whatever those values and priorities for that individual player are, when you reach free agency, you've earned that right.
Free throw good, Beal. And attendance numbers for the Wizards, Doris, historically not so great.
Well, there are a lot of people who believe, Kevin, Washington is a football town, and some of the numbers would back that up. Last season, the Wizards were 24th in the league in terms of percentage of seats filled.
Morris inside, defended by Ibaka. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Here's Van Vliet. Off target from three-point range.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
They get it back. Howard. Nice D from Valanciunas. Raptors shooting in the second quarter, right around 48%. Lowry from outside. Drains it from beyond the arc. Lowry's got 11.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
Here's Porter, and finished off by Porter.
Don't let the slender frame fool you. Porter with the strength to finish through contact.
Every team looking for long limb guys in the wing, Doris. Otto Porter is ascending up that list.
Yeah, Otto Porter is a guy who can do a little bit of everything. He can rebound, he can defend multiple positions, he's got the length to create turnovers, and of course that big-time range gives you a lot of spacing on the offensive end of the floor.
Shooting one.
Well, there's no doubt a lot of eyebrows were raised when Otto Porter signed a max deal. But the organization made it clear that the marketplace had spoken, and what Otto Porter brings to the table for this group is exactly what they're looking for, a knockdown three-point shooter and a versatile defender.
Here's Anunoby, and it's sent back by Howard.
And love seeing Howard rise up and reject shooters. Just a juggernaut on defense. Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Boy, just a step quicker than the defense, really. Catching them off guard and capitalizing well.
Well, speaking of Porter, what's amazing now is his consistency from three.
I think when Otto was coming out of college, NBA scouts were somewhat worried about that shot. There was some funky mechanics involved, and it took him a couple of years to iron those out. But now, his range and consistency have added another dimension to this offense.
Here's Valanciunas, and the dunk by Valanciunas.
Well, Kevin, to steal a line from you, up high and down hard, Jonas Valanciunas. Go ahead, big fella.
Baseline J on the way. Porter, no luck. Toronto's gotten fond of that three-point shot here in the second quarter. 4 of 9. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And Washington again with the bucket.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Lowry kicks to Ibaka. Down low. Anunoby, good. Anunoby's got 6.
Boy, Ibaka is such a great teammate. This guy is always willing to find the open man.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
Boy, what a nice carom there, guys. He can really use that size and length to his advantage.
Anunoby, no good.
Well, yeah, I mean, you want to give your offense a chance, and that possession didn't do it.
Not at all, Greg. I mean, no reason for him to be taking these kinds of shots. He has only himself to blame.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
I'll tell you got to admire the energy. This guy really wants to put this one away.
And so it's Washington, enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. And they've created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Bradley, a strong first half for you and the team. It looked like you guys really were ready to play. Was that something Coach emphasized?
Yeah, most definitely. We wanted to hit them first. We weren't going to check any temperatures, as he said, so we were not going to just let guys do what they want to do. We're going to come out and be the aggressor, and we did that.
Obviously have to maintain that in the second half. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. You gotta love the John Wall we saw in the first. He had 35 points and also 3 steals. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Wizards.
Their ability to get into the paint and get to the rim has been deadly, constantly attacking the basket. It was clearly their intention right from the start to pound it inside as much as possible. And I don't see them straying from that strategy in the second half. It's going to be another paint-based attack.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on Toronto?
Well, one reason they're getting roasted, a.k.a. blown out, poor rebounding. Way too many one-and-done possessions. I don't want to see guys dribble between their legs and shoot. Not enough fundamentals. Hey, box out 101. Maintain position 101. Learn how to play basketball 101. Things like that, Ernie.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
We return now to Toronto with a fantastic look at sunset at the downtown skyline of Toronto, Ontario. Wow, what a great view. Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. An exceptional performance from John Wall.
And I loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots, and knocked them down.
You know, I think, Greg, they never settled for the first look. It was always about, let's get the best shot possible. Really good judgment on the offensive end.
Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. The Raptors shooting one of the high points for them in this game at 54%. While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. So for Toronto right now, Kyle Lowry and Danny Green are the guard tandem. Leonard and Ibaka are the forward pairing. And it's Valanciunas in at the 5, down low. And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up.
You know, when he was in high school in California, Kawhi won the state's Mr. Basketball Award. And you look at the list of guys who've won that award over the years, it has a lot of the all-time greats on it.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
The free throw drops for Leonard. Out of offenses, Doris, initiate that high pick-and-roll offense, which is so fun to watch. Which ball handlers do you want running that play for you if you were on the sideline?
Come on now, there are some master manipulators in the pick and roll. Let's begin with the great James Harden. We'll begin with his teammate Chris Paul. Steph Curry. You give Steph Curry options to read in a pick and roll, he's going to make the right choice. There are a lot of guys who can manipulate the defense in a pick and roll, but those 3 are at the top of my list.
Howard. Not enough on that one as it misses. Howard's gone just 1 of 5 from the field. Leonard with the ball. Now Beal defending, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on Dwight Howard. And Greg, one of the stories that had started developing since last season was the talk of Kawhi Leonard wanting out. Too many soured relationships, it seemed.
And he was eventually moved after requesting a trade. Pop and the Spurs tried just about everything they could to convince him to stay. Probably the most drama for a team known for not having any drama.
And he can't get the first one. And the good news for the Wizards last year, they had a number of guys who could stretch the floor.
Well, think about it, Kevin. They finished 4th in the league in accuracy from three-point range. Otto Porter shot an incredible 44%. And John Wall, much improved. He and Bradley Beal, 37%.
He hits the second from the line. Washington shooting 70% from the floor. Truly incredible work from this offense tonight.
How about the vision of Markieff Morris? Hits the open man, has a good feel for the game. Boy, this guy can do a lot of things.
Raptors shooting certainly a key for them in this one. 55% from the field. Green with a screen for Lowry. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wall.
Looking now at some numbers for Kyle Lowry. He's coming off an excellent season. He put in about 16 points a game last year, 7 assists and 5 rebounds. And with his ability to put the ball in the bucket, he has to be your primary focus defensively.
I think defenses plan to stop him, but very few succeed, Greg. And that's why he's his team's leading scorer.
And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. Toronto shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
One shot.
The free throw good from Kawhi Leonard. And this Toronto team has started to depend on threes more often for their offense.
You're right, Kevin. They went from being near the bottom of the league in threes attempted to top 5 in attempts this past year. And a lot of that is the green light to shoot from the wings that they have. It's another dynamic to an already potent scoring machine.
No coverage that time. Lowry's got 14 points.
And how about the consistency from range tonight? Really impressive.
Well, it is all about the 3-ball nowadays in the NBA. And when he's hitting from there, it's going to make things very tough on the defense.
Beyond the arc. Rebound, Washington. Porter's got 4 rebounds in this game. Green with the block. They recover it. Howard misses.
His shot's off, but they're still winning. So hats off to his teammates for picking up the slack.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Valanciunas with a screen on Beal. Green passes to Ibaka. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Here's Wall, and he drops it in from the low post. Wall's got 39.
Well, that's the mobility and athleticism John Wall has on the interior. He feels at ease amongst the trees.
Back to Lowry. Screen by Ibaka. Leonard, no luck.
Well, that's the shot they want. He always has the green light when he's that open. Boy, one miss isn't going to change that.
Wall, no luck. Toronto with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Outside Lowry. Fires the 3. Rebound by the Wizards.
And they're facing the team that dismissed them from the postseason last year. So certainly a little payback in mind. And some guys just have a nose for scoring. And this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, really good awareness by the scorer. You're seeing an opening in the defense and exploiting it beautifully.
Here's Lowry, following the basket by John Wall. And he nails the jumper. 16 points for Kyle Lowry. The Wizards have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Here's Wall. Good work defensively by Lowry. Here's the Raptors with the ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Leonard, the pass to Green, rebounded by Howard. The Wizards shooting a scorching 68% in the game. It's not going to go for him. Good work defensively by Lowry. Here's the teardrop. No good that time. And it's Washington the other way. They'll be playing host to Miami for the next game. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Wall. And another miss by Washington. The Raptors have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And it goes down 2 points. Wall's got 43 points.
It's just hard to believe that someone can perform at such a high level. They've got to thank him for this lead.
To the middle. That's good from Lowry on the assist from Ibaka. Ibaka's got 6 assists here tonight.
And his touch inside more than makes up for Lowry's lack of size. He's a terrific finisher in the paint and doesn't miss many once he gets in tight.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And still early in the period, and they're only 1 foul away from being over the limit.
Siakam is checked in for the Raptors. Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Washington. Satoransky comes in for John Wall. And Washington has possession. Here's Howard. And yes, it's good.
And when a 265-pound center like Howard is moving like that towards the hoop, the D has no shot. Very efficient when driving the ball.
Toronto grabs the miss. Siakam's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Leonard. Porter with a block. That's good. And so Howard with the assist. Howard's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Toronto's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. And here's Leonard from 3. A three-pointer is right on target. Leonard's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the 3rd for Toronto. Morris kicks to Howard. And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here.
Washington ball.
And a look here at the shot chart for Lowry. Here is Porter. He's got 12. Morris outside. Over Ibaka. That one wide left. Toronto's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Morris. Inside. And he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Ibaka. Norman Powell comes in for Danny Green. And it's DeLon Wright in for Kyle Lowry. And then for Washington, Green, he's checked in for Morris. And Oubre subbed in for Otto Porter Jr. And the free throw good from Howard.
You see, Markieff Morris to me is a guy I want on my team. He came into the league as a tremendous mid-range shooter, but he understands today's NBA, you need the three-point ball as part of your arsenal, and he's worked to get it. You know he's going to rebound. He's going to defend at a high level. I love Markieff Morris.
And it's Leonard missing. Wizards have gone 7 for 16 in the second half from the field, shooting a bit under 50%. Took him no time at all on that one. Satoransky's got his 2nd bucket.
In the mid-range, rarely the hallmark of efficiency in today's NBA, but it is on point tonight.
They set the pick. Leonard kicks to right. Plenty of space. They get the rebound.
And guys, isn't it great to see a player who works that hard on the glass at both ends?
Well said, G. That's the way he has built, his reputation. Grinding away 100% effort all the time.
So much tenacity. Really tries to outwork everyone around him.
Toronto shooting 39% from the floor since the half. Not really what they had in mind. You're talking about Morris. You need guys on the roster who complement everyone, yet give you consistent production.
Maybe the best attribute of Markieff Morris is the edge he plays with, because when he's engaged, he can give you a level of physicality that's crucial in today's NBA. There's a tough guy attitude that he wears on his sleeve, and I love it.
Count it.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Oubre, good. Oubre's got 4 points in the quarter.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Well, how about DeLon Wright having his best season as a pro last year? He had tremendous numbers, solidifying his role as a backup point guard. And I'll tell you this, he had some games where he simply took over.
2.
The first free throw is good. And Wright is a taller point guard, not an easy matchup off the bench.
I'll tell you, Kevin, this guy has got a great nose for steals and block shots. He knows how to use the length he has on the defensive end, and he can be tenacious on the glass. Go ahead, DeLon Wright, do your thing.
Anunoby, he's checked in for Toronto. Fred VanVleet comes in for Norman Powell.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
And you really can't forget about Green's speed. So effective on the drive.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Free throw good, Green.
Well, you think about the Washington Wizards and the problems they have had on the interior defending. Last year, they gave up a ton of points in the paint, and for the past 3 years, they've been around the bottom of the league for block shots.
Toronto with the ball. Jeff Green missing his last shot. And Siakam has it in the corner. Here's Miles. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
And you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
And Doris, so much of Washington's talent lately has been on the perimeter.
Right, it begins with an all-star backcourt. You've got the ferociously fast John Wall and the sweet shooting Bradley Beal. But I think they do need to balance that with a little bit of interior play.
That's his first personal foul.
For Toronto, they have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line.
2 shots.
Two.
And the first one drops. One thing you have to admire, Doris, about the Raptors franchise is their sustained success.
And that's not easy, Kevin. Last year marked their 3rd straight 50-win season and their 5th straight postseason trip. Very few other teams can claim those items in that time frame. Boy, the Raptors, what a good, solid core.
Here's Meeks. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Toronto's gone downtown a lot since halftime. They've missed 5 of their 9 attempts out there.
Just a really solid display there of rebounding. They've done it really all game.
Yeah, bottom line, more boards means more possessions, and that's how you build a lead.
Raptors shooting at 51%. Really solid. To the paint, here's Anunoby. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Anunoby's got 8.
Outstanding pass. He reads the play as it develops, and his lead pass is absolutely perfect.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And that's 18 points for Kelly Oubre.
Well, you can see Kelly Oubre Jr. just wants it more than everybody else. Such heart and desire.
Van Vliet kicks to Siakam. Here's Anunoby. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Worked that one inside nicely.
Rivers tries again, and Mahinmi lays it up and in. Mahimi's got 4 this quarter.
Well, if you use your strength and your power and a little bit of relentlessness, as Jean Mahimi does, he cleans up.
And that one, good.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
The Wizards shooting 45% from the field since coming out of the locker room at halftime. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. And that will be the middle game of this 3-game homestand. Here's Siakam, and he goes in for the dunk.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside. And it's good, 2 points.
Austin Rivers.
There's a minute 34 left in the third quarter. There's a screen. Wright sets a screen. And there's the pass to Miles. And the rejection by Mahinmi.
And this is what you like about Jan Mahimi defensively. He might not be the highest flyer, but big-time enforcer.
Wizards making a switch here. Beal's checked in. .121 left in the third. And the wide-open shot from Miles. No good on the 3. So it's Washington now. The drive by Green. Here's Beal. That one doesn't drop. And Toronto will go the other way with it. From 15 feet away. And that's good for 2. Wright's got 6 points.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Oubre can't get it to go. Toronto shooting well, 52% in the third. They came to play offensively in the second half. Wright, the pass to Van Vliet. Kicks it to Miles. From outside the arc, but they'll get another chance. Inside, here's Anunoby. Lays it up off the glass. 12 points for him.
That's an example of great communication. He knows the spot to get to, and the pass is waiting for him.
Here's Oubre. Foul on the play. Basket counts, so it'll be a three-point play chance.
Well, he just keeps rolling right now. What a terrific quarter for him on the offensive end.
Valanciunas is checked in for Pascal Siakam. And the Wizards making a change here as well.
One shot.
Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for Jeff Green. Free throw, good, Oubre.
And remember, he grew up in New Orleans, but Kelly Oubre had to move to Texas after Hurricane Katrina. Some tough times that he said put a little bit of a chip on his shoulder to this day.
Anunoby. Another shot. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
For Toronto, they have shot the ball pretty well from the line, going 8 of 11.
CJ Miles at the line for 2.
And he knocks down the first one.
Well, the lefty C.J. Miles continues to get it done. Such an excellent shooter and length on the defensive end. A good two-way player.
No good on the second free throw. Beal against Green. Beal can't get it to go. Here's Anunoby. Over Porter. Off target. John Wall getting it done for Washington. This has been a remarkable game for him offensively. Anytime you get over the 40-point mark, it's been a special, special day. Back right after this. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Fourth quarter on the court for the Wizards. They've got Austin Rivers. Mahinmi is out there with Jason Smith. Then there's Brown, and it's Porter at the small forward position. Kept alive. No good from Valanciunas. Washington shooting indicative of smooth offensive play. Up at 60%. They're a machine from the floor. Toronto shooting it up around 51%. They're getting good looks. Kicks it out to Richardson. Ball's knocked loose. Here's Van Vliet. Good on the triple. Van Vliet's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Toronto. Smith drives in, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
I don't think the pass could be better placed. That's a great assist.
Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. To the inside, Valanciunas lays it up and banks it in.
Well, Jonas Valanciunas showing good hands and finishing ability inside. And Kevin, this guy on that end of the floor has always been effective.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And there's the foul. It's called on Toronto. Probably no surprise, Doris. Fans would rather watch shots being hit from the field over free throws. So should the league do anything to perhaps cut down on trips to the free throw line?
You know what, Kevin? I don't know that I necessarily think there need to be fewer trips to the charity stripe. I don't like the hack-up player strategy, and I think that we've taken a good first step toward correcting that particular issue. But right now, I like the way the game is played in terms of officiating. My only objection to the way the game is officiated is take away those intentional fouls that are prohibiting fast break basketball.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. And last year, big expectations for the Washington Wizards. Yet, Doris, they couldn't get out of the first round of the playoffs.
Well, many believes, Kevin, they were too talented to finish as the 8th seed. And when you finish as the 8th seed, you play the top seed. So they lose to Toronto in the first round. There's still a ton of talent here, but lots left to prove.
Pass to Richardson, off the pick. They get it again. And Monroe kicks to Anunoby. Here's Van Vliet. He's guarded by Rivers. Van Vliet passes to Monroe. Goes back up. Rebound by Mahimi. Wizards have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Lets it go from 11. Porter, no luck. The Raptors have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6, and it's Otto Porter with the foul.
That's his 4th personal foul.
That will get him his 4th foul of the game. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Porter with the steal.
Yeah, first turnover of the game. Overall, though, he's been rock solid.
Here's Rivers, and then Rivers with the dunk.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end.
Doubled by Smith. And Valanciunas kicks to Anunoby. Doors with a more punitive luxury tax. Draft picks with their cost-controlled salaries. Never more important than they are today.
No doubt, Kevin. I think teams are very hesitant to part with first-round picks because they have been critical. But I think you also have to consider the second-round picks as being valuable assets. Think about the Golden State Warriors. In each of the last 2 years, they have purchased for money a second-round pick from another organization. And both times, those players ended up being critical parts of the rotation. Every draft pick, first or second round, has value.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Jonas Valanciunas, and it's Powell in for OG Anunoby. Porter kicks to Satoransky. Drops it in from 14 feet away.
Well, the basketball IQ on display for Otto Porter makes the right read there.
Here's Van Vliet. And again, Toronto with the triple.
And since halftime, they have been locked and loaded from beyond.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Knocking down triples repeatedly, the defense starting to look helpless at this point.
2 shots.
That's his first personal foul.
Elbow. 2.
At the line for the Wizards, Otto Porter. At the line for 2.
Two shots.
First one falls for him. A lot of times late in the season, Doris, we see the expensive vets bought out of their contracts. Often they sign for a cheap price for a true contender, and that affects parity among postseason qualifiers.
No doubt about it, Kevin. It really brings into very sharp focus the value of a quality GM because the rich can get richer, and it can tilt things toward the top teams. I don't mind it, Kevin. Part of the reason these players agree to a buyout in the first place is the opportunity to choose their next situation. It is within the rules, and therefore I have no problem with it.
I like it as well. Now, here's Porter. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
Well, when Porter gets that kind of room to operate inside, he's extremely dangerous.
Powell down low, guarded by Porter. And here we go, the Wizards fast break. Brown's got the ball.
And the steal then right into the fast break. Great awareness.
Yes, intercepted the ball in stride. Turnovers like this are devastating to the opposition.
The Raptors have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Brown against Richardson. Knocks it loose and taken away by Brown. In transition, here come the Wizards. Here's Satoransky. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
You know, guys, fast break points right now in their favor, and they're really pushing the tempo.
Richardson kicks to Van Vliet. Here's Ibaka. Yep, that one goes in there.
Well, I'll tell you, the confidence that is on display from Serge Ibaka, he is able to wreak havoc on the interior.
Here's Smith. It's hauled in by Richardson.
Kicking himself on that one. That is the shot he wanted.
Well, that's usually money in the bank for that guy. Not sure how he missed that one.
They get the rebound. Second shot opportunity. Can't capitalize inside. For Washington, they've gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. From the baseline. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Here's Van Vliet. He goes up again. Rebound by Smith. Left side, Brown. Toronto's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. And Craig Monroe with the slam.
Straight rim rocker.
It looked like Greg for a second, like he might rip the cylinder loose. Fast break, Toronto. We know James Harden joined Durant and Westbrook in winning league MVP honors, Doris. Had those 3 stayed together in Oklahoma City, is there any doubt in your mind that they would have won at least one NBA championship?
Well, you think back to the time they worked together, and they did go to an NBA Finals and ended up being eliminated by LeBron James and the Miami Heat. So obviously, you like the opportunity they would have had to go to more. And let's give a little credit to the great GM of the Oklahoma City franchise, Sam Presti, who is responsible for the drafting of 3 MVP candidates. That in and of itself is quite remarkable. But you know this, Kevin. The success and failure, there is such a fine line. And there's a tenuous nature to things, an injury at the wrong time. So many times this trio was tripped up by an untimely situation. So, I mean, if they stay together, yes, you like their chances, but this is why history states otherwise.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Satoransky. Leonard, he's checked in for the Raptors. Green, he's checked in for Washington. Washington calls timeout.
And really, whether you're up or down, it's a game of adjustments.
Well, I like to see them mix it up a little bit. You've got to keep the opposition off balance.
Seeing different. If you ain't showing love, then you only showing hate. And I already get enough. Wanting cream, needed double stuff. That along with the knowledge got my conscience rising up. The frequency way higher than when I was. And if they ain't riding, I'ma leave them stuck. Cause most of them like body. Joe's trying to get a buck. I'm a pro, so they duck and say I'm low-cold. Meanwhile, rappers say the same thing like Coco. See a threat, I don't stress over bozos. I bounce back the best, and that's no pogo. I did it all solo with the mind of a mogo. They try to throw a low blow, no. I got my guard higher like I got God higher. A star that's getting brighter, hanging in like a fighter. I gotta be liver, show a bob and weave and ending with good nighters. Lost in my mind and I'm drifting.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, John Wall.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
And as the star of this team, he knows he's going to be the object of the crowd's anger. Right against Satoransky. It's stolen by Green. Oh, and here we go. Green's got it. The fast break chance. Knocked away. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession. Here's a look at what's coming up for Toronto. On Wednesday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then on Friday, they'll be facing Kyrie Irving and the Boston Celtics.
And that game against the Wizards, it's always interesting for top teams to see how they compare to the best in the East. This will be a chance to see just what this group is made of.
Now here's Green. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's on Kawhi Leonard. G-League, Doris, growing roster of teams, introduced 2-way contracts last season. Is it safe to call it an official minor league at this point, do you think?
Well, I'm just going to say that I thought this was one of the best changes to the NBA last season. And you look at certain players who went back and forth between the G-League. And when they were up with the respective NBA team, they were a significant part of the rotation. Quinn Cook comes to mind. The NBA champion had a 2-way player in Quinn Cook who was a vital part of their G League and then becomes a vital part of their real-time success. To me, what a tremendous platform for player development, Kevin.
Yeah, the league has gotten it right with this. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
And the former Hoya Green, a rangy forward who can both score and defend from all areas of the floor.
Count that one. Washington shooting 53% from the field in the fourth quarter. Can't ask for more than that from your offense. Smith, no luck. And the foul called on Jason Smith. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
Toronto's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Here's Monroe, and the jam by Craig Monroe.
You know, didn't need 2 hands for that slam. One will do just fine.
You're right. He can save the other hand for the next time.
Oh, boy, Kevin. Kelly Oubre is rolling. You can see all that potential starting to rise to the surface.
Here's Leonard after the made shot from Kelly Oubre. Leonard, the pass to Miles. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously cold right now, but he's trying to find that rhythm. You've got to keep working.
And a sensational individual defender. Leonard will lock you down. Rejections are just part of the package he brings on the defensive end.
And again, Toronto, no luck. Wizards shooting about 59% from the floor offensively. They've been running without a hitch. Green. And it's Miles with the rebound. Toronto shooting about 40% here in the fourth quarter. Here's Leonard. Green with the block. Here's Meeks. And the rejection by Monroe. And they get it back. Again, the miss by Green.
You know what? Those are shots you just hate to miss when you get those kinds of bunnies on a possession.
Smith kicks to Oubre. Lets it go from 11. That one off the back iron and out. And taking care of the ball has been a problem for him.
That's something they've got to fix. While the defense has been good, a lot of these turnovers have been unforced.
Okay, time now for an injury report. Now let's check in with our Hall of Famer David Aldridge to see how Mahinmi is doing. David.
Thanks, Kevin. I got some news from the Wizards' head athletic trainer. At this point, he's saying that it looks like a grade 1 sprained ankle. That is a bitter pill for them to swallow so early in the season. It clearly changes the look of this team going forward, Kevin.
Well, thank you, David. Hopefully, we'll see him very soon. Doris, when you view international basketball, 13 and 14-year-olds playing in academies, some players turning pro overseas at 16, would something like that work in this country?
You know what, Kevin? I'm not necessarily for something like this. What I do believe is the NBA could become more involved across the board, and we should have more uniformity in basketball in general. And I think one of the ways to do that is to make sure we set up some sort of basketball committee across the different levels of basketball, starting with youth, going to high school, into college, then the semi-professional sort of basketball leagues out there, or the formative leagues like the G League, and then the NBA. I think we just need to look at the game in its totality and create some measure of uniformity. But frankly, I don't love the idea of 13 and 14-year-olds leaving their home to go to, quote, sport academies.
Toronto's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on three-point attempts here in the fourth. to the inside. That's good for Miles on the assist by Wright. Miles has got 4 points in the quarter.
Check out that assist. You can tell a player who's seeing the whole floor very well.
And the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant 1 foul.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on it.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. 1 shot.
Free throw good, Smith. Look at the state of the game. International leagues getting better and better, Doris. There's no doubt about it. We see it at Olympic times and during FIBA play in between. We see a lot of NBA players who have spent time abroad, and I think they come back better.
I don't think there's any doubt about that, Kevin. I think wherever you can hone your craft and do it in a competitive environment where winning and losing is at stake on a nightly basis, it has so many opportunities for learning and growth. So, okay, I can't turn it over 5 times in a competitive environment, regardless of what league I'm playing in, because that's to the detriment of my team. If I'm lazy on the defensive end, I'm going to get exposed by good offensive players.
Take a break.
To me, Kev, I love anytime there's competitive basketball being played, I want to watch it.
Love that answer. Free throw, good, Oubre. And both free throws good for Oubre. 1:53 left in the fourth. Pass to Anunoby. Got it. Number 7 on the night. 7 for 11 from the floor.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
Toronto shooting at 50% in a decent groove. From 12 feet out. That shot off the mark. And Washington the other way now.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Washington.
A few times this season, turnovers have cost them, but they really kept the ball under control.
They were both focused and relentless.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for John Wall.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
And the foul called on Jason Smith. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2.
Raptors, DeLon Wright, taking 2 shots.
Two.
Free throw drops for Wright. And the Raptors making a change here. Valanciunas is checked in. And so Wright nails both of them. From the Wizards, they're shooting about 45% from the floor in the fourth. Meeks, good.
And all the energy has been sucked out of this arena. This is not what the fans came to see.
Well, they took the crowd completely out of this game, and when you get a lead like that, it's sort of deflating for the home crowd. What a solid victory on the road. What a great shooting performance. His percentage is outstanding.
Here's Oubre. Hits the three-point bomb.
Running up the score, showing no mercy.
At this point, they're completely overwhelming them. The opposition looks totally defeated.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end.
And Washington can just let the clock run down here. Here's Meeks. Buries it down low.
Assist goes to Oubre.
And Jody Meeks gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
At the line for your Raptors, DeLon Wright, taking 2 shots.
2.
First free throw is good. He doesn't get the second one. Jeff Green on the wing. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. John, this team goes as you and Bradley go. What is it like having him with you out there?
Well, we just enjoy playing with each other. He makes things easy for me, pushing the ball in the fast breaks and having the opportunity to find him, and also getting open shots for myself. And he's helped me want to be consistent with my jump shot and making shots and trusting my energy and stuff.
You guys are growing together, John. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.